Hi, LindaBauwin here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. So glad that you joined us on our blog hop today as we showcase items from the new Occasions catalog and the Celebration catalog that starts on January 3rd. If you are one of my customers and have bought from me in the last 6 months, you should have at least received your Occasions catalog by now, and Celebration will be soon on its way. But if you're not one of my customers and would like one of those catalogs, make sure you go to my blog, StampingWithLinda.com, hit contact me at the top, and let me know that you would like a catalog and I'll gladly get it to you. So today I wanted to share a creative fold because that's what I love in card making, and I want to use product from the Occasions catalog and the Celebration catalog. Now this designer series paper I am in love with. It is got gold tints on one side and then softer on the other side. It's called Painted with Love designer series paper. And as a demonstrator, we were allowed to order 3 packs of this. Well, I've pretty much went through all 3 packs because I'm just so in love with this paper. So today what I want to do is I want to use that designer series paper, and I want to use one of the many Celebration items that I'm in love with, and this is called Heartfelt Blooms. And look at that flower, just so much detail with it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring in my pieces of cardstock. Again, this is going to be a creative fold. It's a joyful card, and I'm going to start with a piece of Whisper White. This measures 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then I have a piece that's 3 by 8, and then I have Rich Razzleberry. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now if you don't get all these measurements and you're watching on YouTube, just click on the link below and it'll take you right to my blog, and I will have all these sizes listed. Next, what I have is a piece of 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, again in that Rich Razzleberry. A piece of 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 Whisper White. Another piece of Razzleberry. This measures 2 3/4 by 4. And then for this card, this is the designer series paper that I'm going to use from that Painted with Love. And it's 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. And I am just going to use this brick side. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing I have found with the Heartfelt Blooms is that you want to make sure that your ink pad is inked just so. It needs to be wet enough to get a good image, but not too wet to lose the detail. As you can see, this is a new type of stamp that Stampin' Up! Is in the process of getting patented, and again, it is very detailed. So I'm just going to take my Rich Razzleberry ink pad. Now you may see a little bit of shaking, and I apologize from that. As many of you know that follow me, I am doing a first-time snowbird event, and I have left snowy Ohio and I've come to sunny Florida. Oops, excuse me. I was tapping so much one of my drawers fell down. So I am stamping in a totally different environment. So it's been hard to adjust the lighting, how I want my stamps set up, so bear with me as this is going to be a learning curve. So I have stamped that just in the Rich Razzleberry, and then I'm going to go in with my verse. As you noticed with this stamp set, there are 3 beautiful verses, and the one that I'm going to use is Sending Heartfelt Thoughts. And how many times do we need cards that say just that? So I'm going to stamp that. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my white perfect accents. You can find these in the annual catalog, and I never really used them that much until we came out with our stamping blends, and I love them because now I can go in and I can take those white accents and make them any color I want with my alcohol markers. So I've got that. Let me see, I don't have, here I've got a little tool here that I can pick that up, and I'm just going to put that in the center of the flower. So really just adds that accent. And now I'm ready to put my card together. I'm going to bring in my personal trimmer. Again, my stamp room is just so different down here. When you've stamped in the same room for 20 years and all of a sudden a different environment, just very hard to get used to where things are at. In fact, as I'm videotaping, I'm sitting down, and at home I'm usually standing up. So definitely a learning curve. So I'm going to bring in that base of the card. Again, this was 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and I'm going to score it at the 5 1/2. And I'm going to bring in my other piece of Whisper White. This was 3 inches by 8, and I'm going to score it at the 4-inch mark. So I'm ready to assemble my card. And I'm just going to fold that over. I'm going to grab my adhesive, and I'm going to take that piece of Whisper White first that I stamped my image on, and I'm going to mount it on that rich raspberry. Going to bring in my card base. Again, this is a joy fold. I'm going to put the fold at the bottom, and I am going to use that brick, just a very monochromatic card. Again, with that Painted with Love, on one side it has beautiful gold accents. But for this card, I'm going to choose not to use that because I'm just doing a monochromatic card. And that is going to go down here at the bottom. Bring in that 3-inch by 8-inch, and that is where my design is going to go on top of that. And then I am going to bring in that piece of rich raspberry. This measured 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to add that into the inside of my card. Then going to bring this back in, add some adhesive, and you may want to add just a little more adhesive to this because this is going to be adhered into the middle there. So just kind of line that up. And there you have it, the brand new Painted with Love Designer Series paper and the Heartfelt Blooms. Now, the next week, I am going to be doing sneak peeks of items in the Occasions catalog and Celebration. So you want to check back at my blog, stampingwithlinda.com, over the next week as I share lots of different new products that are coming out. Also, I'm going to be starting an online stamp club. So you'll want to check out my blog to see how you can become a member of my big online club that I'll be offering, and how I will be sending you card kits during those 3 months. So it's only a 3-month commitment, so make sure you head over to stampingwithlinda.com for more details. Now, I just wanted to show this is the same card, but look how different this is. I used the same Designer Series paper, the Painted with Love, but this time I used the Calypso Coral to stamp the flower itself. So that is just such a beautiful pack of paper that you'll want to check out in the Occasions catalog. And thanks for joining me. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will be back with videos the 1st of January. But I will be sharing a lot of new sneak peek products on my blog, stampingwithlinda.com. Again, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.